What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Sport. Today I'm going to show you guys what my free-to-play account can do against the AG system just with one team. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about this KOF pass because I do think that this thing is pretty damn steep, guys. This is a really expensive pass. This is for the re-entry fighters, characters that didn't even get buffed up and are really kind of left behind. I mean, yes, Iori is a godly character in this AG system, but really for the pricing that they're wanting to charge you, I think that they really should have at least buffed the characters or put an EX generic memory in here, because whenever you look at the first pass that you can buy, this is about 20 American dollars. You get 1,500 rubies. You got some other little goodies in here. And you got some summon tickets. Now, there's about 4,000 rubies worth of things in here, and that's not terrible, right? That's not abysmal. But whenever you look at the next one, this is about 65 American dollars. You get 3,000 rubies. You are going to get some summon tickets, and you will be able to get this EX generic memory, right? But again, guys, these are not memory, but stones. But these stones are only available, are only going to be good for the re-entry fighters that we have right now. Now, if you're preparing for the future and you're really thinking that, well, these characters are going to get a buff in the future, then I can understand why you might want to buy this, especially if they're your favorite character. I mean, if they're your favorite character, I totally understand doing that. But this is a steep price, guys. $65 for this, and you're getting 2 stones. I mean, they really should have had an EX generic memory in here. You're really not even getting, as many rubies in here. I mean, we've had deals in the past where you'd have like 6,000 rubies and you would still have summon tokens in here. So they really put a lot of value on these stones. I mean, granted, you are going to get 2 of these stones out of this, but still, I think this is pretty pricey, guys. I'm not buying it personally. I'm not queuing it up at all, but I do have A7 Iori already. I do have an A7 Shanae already. I don't really feel the need to pull in this banner, but maybe if one of the other characters are one of your favorites, maybe if you're trying to give yourself some extra pulls, maybe you'd want to buy it, but I really can't recommend it. Now, when it comes to the AG system, guys, in yesterday's video, I got some comments where people were saying, you're going to have, a whole bunch of leveled up characters, a whole bunch of A7s. And I'm thinking to myself, no, you only need one. You only need one really strong character. And I honestly don't even know if you really even need an A5 plus character. It's just that in the situations I've showed you so far, that's what we have done, right? And you guys can see when it comes to the characters that I have leveled up, all I have leveled up in here is my Sarah and a little bit of my Pai Chin. I don't even have my Akira leveled up, who's on my team. I have not been farming for these nuts at all on this account. I haven't been farming for these nuts in here at all, guys. I haven't pulled a one of these, and yet I'm still going to get a good enough score on my free-to-play account to be able to hopefully get that EX generic memory. And as I told you guys in yesterday's video, on the first team, you want a strong red. And we're going to be using Sarah as that example today. And Sarah, we're going to be using her leadership, and we're going to be using her OP set here along with these option cards. And these are non-transcendent, guys. I could definitely buff up her damage if I transcended these cards, and I might do it. I might just do it just to try to ensure that I get some extra rewards out of that Carnival. And as far as her build, I only got 4 stones. I don't even have 5 stones on this character, just 4 stones, and she is level 60. So she's got room to grow. She could still get a little bit stronger if she was level 70. If I had an extra stone on her, she would be a little bit more powerful, right? So that is something to keep in mind with Sarah. Now, whenever you're playing with Sarah, guys, you really want to rely on this second skill because it is an interrupt skill limited to standing and airborne. So whenever you're knocked in the air or you're standing and you get attacked by Ginnets here, you can actually interrupt him and go into your skills. Now, this is important for this character because she is a close range character, guys. Her kick on her 3rd skill has to be within a vicinity of Ginnets. It has to be within that hitbox in order to do damage to him. And the thing that happens with a character like Sarah, because she doesn't have a lot of range on her main damage dealing skill, which is that 3rd skill, is that she can get caught in that tornado that Ginnets brings up, and she can, lose her life, right? So that's what we don't want to do. So I keep the 2nd skill kind of on the sidelines in order to reset the 3rd skill. So that way, I can dodge, hit the 2nd skill, reset the 3rd skill, and start plowing on a bunch of damage. It's kind of like my safeguard whenever I'm playing with her. And whenever you have her at A5 and you have this EX Core and Lock Strike Specialist, you'll be able to reset, her first, 2nd, and 3rd skill will decrease their skill cooldowns, and she'll be able to, reset that 2nd skill over and over and over, which is really, really going to help on top of bumping up her strike skill damage. Now, as you guys saw, my Pai is not fully leveled up with all the nuts, right? We're going to get groggy with this character. I'm using just an Akane set, nothing special. She's just level 90. That's all the girl is. And then the same with my Akira. Now, Akira is important on this team because of his, I believe it's his first skill. Yeah, this increased target strike skill damage received by 150% for 12 seconds is OP as hell, especially for a character like Sarah who has strike skills. If you're playing with a character like Mai, right, EX Mai, this is going to be godly for that character, and the fact that she's a red. So if you put Akira with Mai on the first team and you got an A5 Mai, you're going to do a ridiculous amount of damage with her. I guarantee it. These buffs are absolutely insane, especially along with Pai Chen. And then on top of that, you'll also have the decreased defenses by 90%. I mean, Akira's honestly, even though he's a super strong damage dealing monster, he is still a really great support, and he's not going to be a really strong damage dealing monster at level 90. And then obviously, we're going to be just using Sarah's leadership. The video that I showed you all yesterday was, my Iori could easily do 250 to 300 billion by himself, along with Pai Chen and Shizuru, right? Just by himself at A5, A6. And that's on my main account where I have a fame system of level 15. This account has a fame system of level 15 also for the red and level 10 for the penetration, right? So that's also something else to keep in mind whenever you guys are going to watch this run. So let me bring it up for you guys. Let's check it out, right? And let's go. And this is going to be fast, guys. This isn't going to last very long. This is a game mode where you need to do as much damage as possible, as fast as possible. And you saw what I did there, guys, right? I used the second skill to try to reset and get behind Guinness. And now you just plow it on. Whenever he starts enlarging, you want to just keep plowing it on. And I'm saving my EX core, right? I'm going to do my 3PG, right? We want to do our 3PGs as much as we can. And then I'm going to hit her EX core so I can constantly reset that second skill and reset that third skill. Now, see where the tornado's at right there? You want to make sure you're away from that damn thing so that way you don't die, right? And I need to be dodging and getting behind Guinness, which is where I kind of made some mistakes here. So this run wasn't perfect by any means. And yet, within 30 seconds, guys, I was able to get 70 billion, which is more than enough to get that EX generic memory. Again, it's nothing great. It's nothing special, right? And you can see that I haven't done my turns yet because I'm trying to improve my rotation. I'm trying to get Sarah level up. I'm trying to get her to level 70. And I might even be putting another stone on her to try to increase her damage so that way I can do a whole lot more. And I would advise you guys to do the same thing. If you're having a little bit of trouble in here and you're working on leveling up one of the characters that's going to be in here, whether they're, a yellow, a purple, a red for this week's event, then, by all means, try to get them leveled up through your dispatch. Try to get imprint stones on them so that way maybe on the final day, you can just go through all of these and try to get as much damage as possible. Now, granted, there's a lot of RNG in this, guys. I mean, you got to play this a ton of times. But the most important thing is to stay away from that tornado, is to always get behind Guinness and time your dodges, right? Time your dodges, get behind him, attack him, so that way he can't, do one of his skills and interrupt you and start doing a bunch of damage to you. And I do plan on trying to do some runs with some characters that are not A5 in the AG's event. But guys, let me know how y'all doing in the game. Let me know if this does help any of you out there. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. DJ+7 time. Link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody. Take care.